very good angle, is it? I can jam something in there to give you a better. Is that all right? I'll just do stuff about here. This is a spread that I've done for a first Decan Cancer, which is the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Empress as the special superpower. I'll do another thing about those shortly. But I just wanted to focus on this because it's a fascinating reading, inspired by somebody I met. So, first of all, thank you for. I'm not in your energy, as agreed. I'm next to it with what I'm allowed, without intruding. And thank you for letting me do this, because I hope this is of help to you, because it looks like we met at the right time, because you've got a few decisions to make. Do you, it's not as dramatic as do you tip it up and throw it all away, but I'll get to that anyway. I can't wait. Actually, I can't wait to do this, to get this out. I've scribbled all kinds of bits and pieces, so just piece it together. Obviously, I think it might go quite long, so watch it in chunks. But the the first thing I did was, well, first of all, I felt that you like animals, so I went with animal decks for clarifiers, and what seemed to come out, well, what came out a lot was birds. So I don't know if you have a fondness for birds, animals, or air. Now, obviously you're a water sign. Please check your natal chart to see what air signs you have, because maybe you've got an air sign moon or north node or rising sign. But an awful lot of air came out, especially Aquarius. So that said, let's get a wiggle on, shall we? Now the card that came out for your colour was Pearl. Now I'll let you read that. Obviously you can stop this and do that. Now this is a beautiful card. Okay. Now obviously as a water sign, especially Cancer, it's to do with mollusks and keeping something protected until it is ready to be discovered. So the crab Cancer has a very hard exterior, but inside it's very tender. These are obviously done from oysters. Again, so the good stuff's happening on the inside, but it's a hard outer shell. But you've got to have grit to get goodness. Yeah, so it's almost turning your pain into power or beauty. You don't get the beauty without the bullshit. That's what I'm getting through. So, just paraphrasing the card, so I don't know, there's other stuff to read. It's something about calming, purifying, and promoting faith. Connect with your divine nature, personal integrity, truth, and loyalty, bringing clarity, peace, and harmony into your life. Okay, which suggests you've got some inner conflict at the moment, and you're not feeling quite right about what's being asked of you, or what you're doing, or you're questioning, am I doing the right thing? And then the crystal that came out, again, I mean, when you look at these two things together, and before I even did this, I think it's almost like you need to do an aura cleansing, or a salt bath with Epsom salts or something. Have a good, or get out into nature and take your shoes off and just, or paddle in a pool or something like that. But look at those two together. It's, you need to lighten up about something. It's not the end of the world. and we'll come on to that. But you're overthinking something. Now, danbarite. So if you want to go to a crystal shop and get some danbarite and just keep it in your pocket, no, I'll show you that. Okay, at the bottom it says, turn on your electric light. And I just want to show you that the issue came out as lightning. Okay, so we've got a nice little link there. Power. It's all about unleashing your this whole reading is about unleashing your inner power, finding the confidence to unleash your inner power, going slightly Aquarius about things. March to the tune of your own, or beat of your own drum. So danbarite, what is it? Like the beta blockers in Grandma's medicine cabinet, danbarite's twinkling, effervescent energy takes the edge off its serious feel-good. It takes off with its serious feel-good vibes. This is very high vibing. So if you need a sort of pick-me-up danbarite, it's fantastic. Who needs it? Emos, goths, buttoned-up white-collar stress cases. Whenever you want to do some elevated thinking, feeling, dreaming, or being. When to use it? When the daily grind has ground you into the pavement, when you feel like launching into space but lack astronaut training, vibing with danbarite can help divert your busy mind away from its pesky physics-ruled orientation. There's somewhere else out there. Flip on the high beams and explore. So again, it's exploration. Okay. Don't be afraid to explore. Now, what I'm going to do first, it seems better to link it in this way. I'm going to do the running gag first. So this is like the macro climate of, so it's explicit power, tuning into your power, letting in, okay? Where's the book? Here we go. So I'll let you read that bit. Then there's this bit and that bit. I'll just read the last bit. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it's ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decision or actions. It's not about good or bad, it's what feels best. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that's beyond your typical perspective. From here, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Let me do that again. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Okay, so it's, yeah, bam. Now, what was beautiful, I'm going to link back to here, is that, see, that's the macro environment, lightning. Well, this is the magician came out, and what happens is he's the lightning conductor. The magician is the lightning conductor of the tarot. I mean, he's got one hand in heaven, one hand on earth, and he sort of, the lightning runs through him. So I'm just going to sort of go backwards and forwards between these two positions. But can you see? He's got everything he needs. The tarot has 4 suits: the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands. So he's got everything he needs on that table in front of him. And that is reflected here. I'm going to say that now. I've gone round twice, two different decks, and then I've done some other oracles. But in the first time around, the major arcana is the big sort of soul lessons-y stuff. Swords is head over heart, being quite clinical about stuff. Wands is about putting the energy in. Cups is about feeling it. It's a water sign, which is what you are. And Pentacles is about the finances. And so you have 3 majors, 3 swords, 1 wands, 2 cups, 1 pentacles, adding up to 10 positions. Okay? But when you realize, when you tap into your magician, so you've got 3, 3, 1, 2, 1. So you've got 5, you've got the 4 suits, and then the 5th for the major. 3, 3, 1, 2, 1. Now, the question was, when you tap into your inner magician, what happens? And it leveled out to 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So you level out here. You find this balance here by tapping into your magician and letting that lightning go. Damberite, lightning, and there are other things coming out. But why are you holding back? We've got other cards about knowing your worth, about gambling. It's not gambling, it's speculation, is informed decision making. It's not gambling. And this is what you've got to shake off. You feel like you're gambling something. And we've got adventure, release the beast. This all, what's holding you back is a confidence thing. And it's maybe you need to go into reparenting yourself and look at inner child stuff, wounded inner child, about I'll come back onto that. It's about holding it all together. What would happen if you let go of the reins and just let it stuff happen, instead of, because you can see 3 swords, that's about following the plan. But by coming down to 2 swords, you let go of the reins a little bit and you put energy into it. So you bring your wands up and you bring your money up, and because you've learnt one of your soul lessons by following your heart. Anyway, I'll come back to that later. Now, the 3 birth cards that everybody will know about is the 2 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. The 2 of Cups is being the hopeless romantic type thing, or it's about 2 parts of you coming together to create a higher version of yourself. It's almost like a rites of passage type thing. So this is almost like you growing up a level. You've learnt a big lesson and you're growing up. And it feels more like this here. I thought it might be a bit more relationshipy, but it's not. I can put it more into like career. Which seems to be the bigger focus, but I can put a slight relationship slant on this bit here, but they get very much career over here. Now, in all of the cups, everybody's holding their cup like that. Okay, apart from the Queen of Cups, which is your birth sign. I'll take my salamander out. Now, you know, she's holding her cup over here, and she's the only person who's got a lid on it. So that means protection. And you know when obviously a lady's just given birth and she's holding a baby, and she's showing off her baby to all her friends and what have you. Even though, because she's had it inside of her for 9 months, even though they're trusted friends, she'll still hold it slightly away from people because she's still got that protection thing. So this is almost like, why have you got a lid on your heart? You've got to learn how to, you're full of love. The 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups, you're full of love, but you're not letting it out. You need to bring it back into the room and let this love, or let your love for something come out, because you're not putting your love into it, you're putting your mind into it too much. So you're overthinking it, you're not feeling it enough. So that's the Queen of Cups. Now, the next birthday card is the Chariot, where basically the black, let's say the black horse wants to go that way, the white horse wants to go that way, but you're holding on to the reins, and you've got to, you're getting from A to B. These things haven't got much suspension. It's been a bumpy ride, but you're holding it all. You're holding it all together. You know what I'm saying? What would happen if you just let you? This is the card for Cancerians. So, and it's come out down here. What you need to, as an issue. So, what do you need to let go of? Just if you let go of the reins, what would happen if you just let go of the reins? And if it grinds to a halt, jump off, and maybe ask somebody for a lift or something. It's like, You've been taught to have too much. No, not taught. You've learnt to have too much control over stuff. And it's urging you to go with the flow a little bit more, I think, because something's been disruptive. And I'll come on to that. But I just wanted to mention that bit there. Okay. So this is the earth magic. So this is the big sort of environment, this lightning thing. Now, this is within that bigger thing, within the bigger thing about finding your power and what have you. We got this, the Eight of Scrolls. Now, you can see the most illuminated path there, but you can also see there's one coming off here, and there's one coming off there. It's like, oh, so this is the one that the chariot would go down, holding onto the reins, doing everything that you've learned and everything that you know. But shall I jump off the chariot here and do something a little bit more interesting instead? Okay. With that in mind, I'm just going to read the card, if I can find the book. Here we go. Ace of Scrolls. Okay. Okay, Bob. Okay. Woodland animals gather round a woman. See, animals came out again. Who stands in a small clearing in the forest. The fork before her breaks. I'm going to do this. The fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. The middle is clear and bright. The left is much darker with more trees and growth, and the right is dappled by sunlight with a few shadows falling here and there across it. This card reveals that you've been travelling on a path that is known to you, and it shows you the way to the expected outcomes. But there are 2 other paths that aren't as clear. Remember, if you stay with only the known and seemingly safe, you won't catch the unseen opportunities that come your way. Some options may be unexpected and perhaps a little risky. Don't be so attached to your agenda that you miss them. Happily, during this phase, you can investigate unknown paths and make the decisions that lie before you with confidence. Again, we've got that word confidence. You are flexible and brave enough to step into the shadows. Stay alert. Extraordinary opportunities abound in the least expected places. Okay. So, it seems like you're at a bit of a crossroads. Now, 2 other cards fell out here. I'm not going to read them. I'll just hold them up for you. So if you blend that thinking with the 3 of Forces, or a nest. Okay. So it's 3 of Forces. It's also called the bird's nest. Okay. And then the other one, this is almost like a change of career card. Now, I have to say, 2 things came out with rainbows. I don't know if you like rainbows or if you like lots of colour or if you're looking for more colour in your life. Maybe you feel things are a bit monochrome. I don't know. Rainbows came out and maps came out as well. And the flower poppy came out. Okay, so this is the King of Keys. But it's like this is that lovely sunshine heading off into the sunshine. Okay, that's the King of Keys. Okay. I mean, I've read them. It's going to save time if you just read, doesn't blend that. So this is your current position. Now, you've got everything you need, so don't let anybody tell you that you haven't. If you think of your mind and your body, let's use the cake example. You've got everything you need to make a cake right there, so don't let anybody get into your head and tell you need to pop back to the shops and get more ingredients. You don't. In order to walk forwards, you need your head looking that way and your body moving that way. You don't want your body moving that way with your head thinking, "Well, I've got to go to the shops," because you're not going to give yourself best chance if you're going like that. So focus, body and mind needs to go that way. You've got everything you need. You've done your shopping. You've got all your bits. Now, instead of thinking, "Well, I'm a very good shopper, I could go and get some more bits," no, that's done now. Park that. That's job done. Tick. Well done. You've been a very good shopper. Now you've got to learn how to put it all together in the way that you want to do it. You're master of your own destiny here, or mistress of your own destiny, and let this lightning come through you because it's your cake, nobody else's. You're in control. You've earned all this knowledge and wisdom and stuff here. Just put it all together and make the best cake you can. Okay. It's beautiful. Now, the dilemma here, this is about people coming together, 3 people coming together. It's about teamwork. Okay. It's either that or you are the 2 of Cups. And this is the 3 of Cups. So this is you moving on to the next sign within Cancer. But it's about following your own star. You've got the plough here, which is about hard work. Yeah. And we've got the star for Aquarius coming out later. So what do? Do you stick with the current T? Or, I mean, look, that looks very sort of industrious, doesn't it? Or do you just let that lightning in and go, whew. There's a lot about air and, look at that. Following your dream, or having this sort of structure over you. That's breathing, and that's feeling just in this context, feeling a little bit suffocated, or too much. There's quite a lot of stuff about resisting control here, or what you're being told to do. You go to the system a little. You feel what you can see coming at you about being part of a certain system. Okay, so this is the issue. Where to put your power, where to put your energy. And again, is that a fork in the road? Do you carry on with what you know? Because you've always been part of something which is bigger than you, the structure. Or are you just going to go, oh, do you know what? I need to breathe. Now, we'll go up to here. This is your aims or your ambitions up here. No, we've got a water sign here, the Knight of Cups. I always think of this guy, he wants to do it nicely, look good doing it, but this is the second slowest moving knight, so you're doing things deliberately, but you want it to look good as well. Why not? No criticism. But it's falling in love with the process again, and not so much the destination, it's enjoying the process. And maybe that's what you need to focus back on, the process. Or what, if you're in a job, what do you do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5? How do you get through your week rather than the finished project or product? It's the process. It's something in the process is not sitting too comfortably, so you've got to fall in love with the process again. Now, with that going on there, we've got the card for Gambler. I'm just going to read that out. Willingness to follow intuition, even when others doubt you. And the shadow side of that, which I'm going to read out how you could turn this around. Relying on luck rather than the hard work. So flip that around. No, you've done the hard work, so your luck will follow. And that's what I'm saying. It's not gambling. You do it that way around. It's speculation because you've done the hard work first, and the luck will come afterwards. You've done the hard work. And this is about willingness to follow your intuition, even when others doubt you. So you've got something that you want to do instinctively, and I'll tell you why that is, because you've got the magician out here, and then you've got the high priestess out here. And cancers are well known for, or Cancerians are well known for trusting their intuition. And this is your strength. It's come out as your strength down here. So following your own intuition here, even if everybody doubts you, you know, it's, you're almost being, don't do just, if you're going to do that, the Chariot, which is why I'm asking, have you got an Aquarius moon or a Gemini moon, or it seems to be Gemini or Aquarius, or maybe Leo. Leo came out strongly. Maybe you've got a fire sign, or no, North Node or rising sign. It feels like Gemini, Aquarius, or Leo. I wouldn't be surprised if Aquarius is in there somewhere. But so are you going to trundle down there being a Cancerian all your life, or are you going to explore more of your natal chart? Because it's almost, that's what's expected of you. Yeah. It's always like, if parents have paid for you to go to university and study and then go into a job, and you get to think, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to be an accountant anymore. I want to go and be an exotic dancer on a cruise line. It's that kind of a thing. I'll leave that there because we're going to keep carrying back to that. But now here comes the strength card. It's about taming the beast. So don't feel as though you're being reckless. It's about you being in harmony with the beast. Now, these are all snapshots, and this is a major arcana. So this is a big soul lesson that you've got going on at the moment. Now, she's got a white frock on here, which is a performance frock. She's probably got pink frocks, red frocks, where the blood didn't come out because she's trying to put her hand in the lion's mouth. Now, when she's practicing, the lion might have nipped her arm, nipped her hand. And this is about creating your own opportunities and doing the right thing at the right time, because you can learn how to put your hand in a lion's mouth. It's going, isn't it? But it's when do you put your hand, it's like the stock market, it's time over price. Time balances everything. Now, when do you put your hand in the lion's mouth? Well, after you've fed him, normally, so he's not hungry, so it doesn't bite your hand off, so you can keep your frock white. So this is a Kodak moment of you performing, putting your hand in his mouth. But what people don't see is you feeding him, and going, could you, would you, and take, and so you create your opportunity to put your hand in the lion's mouth, and that's the sort of ta-da moment that everybody sees, but they haven't seen you put all the work in behind that. Yeah, which it seems like you're doing an awful lot of thinking now, and that's what you're doing. That's the behind the scenes stuff you're doing now. So you can act and do the right. You're acting, doing the right thing at the right time, but based on an awful lot of spade work behind. Okay, so that means you're not gambling. You are doing informed speculation with your life, because actually you want to fall in love with the process again. It's not all about delivery. So maybe you're being asked to churn out work, but you think, well, I want to put more into it. But maybe maybe your workload is too much and you can't get into it the way you want to, and you feel like you're not best value of your time. You see what I mean? In finance, it's called churning. Don't do too much. Feeling like you're shortchanging customers, clients. Now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 legs of a table. Bop. What can you build on? So the spotlight is how much are you valuing this stability or this road that you know about, rather than the 2 that you don't know about. So this is where the big question comes in. It's really shone a light on what do you value, what makes you feel stable, what makes you feel secure. Yeah, and that's your aim up there. So are you going to shine the sun down on your stability, or are you going to do the prep work to do something different, tame the beast of not knowing, but create your own opportunity to do an informed decision, speculation? But everyone says, oh, you're mad, you must be gambling. Look, no, I'm not gambling, I've done the homework, and actually I need to fall in love with the process again, not just churning out widgets or whatever, So now what could come in? you've been. This is a card for Aquarius. It's been on your mind quite a while. You've been pecking at your head, yeah. And funny enough, up here we've got the blackbird, yeah, Bob. There's an awful lot of birds in this. Now this is a card for Gemini. It's not just been on, it's been keeping you up. Am I doing the right thing? It's you dread making a mistake. But this is about, in this, you've got to be true to yourself. This is honesty, loyalty, commitment, and you feel a bit bashed around. And what's interesting, you got a 9 and 9, and actually look at that. It's things vertical and then things horizontal. Put them together, it's like mission, you know. You're almost like being caught in a noughts and crosses puzzle, you know. But both of those two people are looking a bit damaged. So this is what you've got to shake off, because it's been causing you headaches. And let's look at this two ways. It's a card. Well, first of all, let me just go back. This is a card for Leo. This is another card for Leo, and this is another card for Leo. So this is what you need to do to drive through the current situation up to achieve your aims. So it's very much about Leo. So maybe you've got to make some decisions in Leo season, which is coming up on the 22nd of July. So maybe you've got some quick decisions to make. But you've got see, the reason I'm thinking about timing here is because you've got Cancer and then Leo running into each other. So this card can be seen as a disruptive influence. Now I'm not going to go with that again, because we already know it's been a nightmare to you. So maybe you do need to up-tip the apple cart a little bit. What would happen? He's got a bit of reputation being a disruptive influence. So maybe you do need to disrupt this sort of Cancerian attitude about holding on to the reins too much. You know, let the reins go, see what happens. You know, maybe choose one of these other paths, but at least investigate it, do the homework on it. Okay. Now, what's going out? This was interesting. You've got three of the big spiritual cards out. You've got the Magician, you've got the High Priestess, and then you've got the Hermit. So something might stretch into Virgo season, which comes after Leo. But this is, maybe you've been offered something. This is the Page of Wands. It's fire, energy. Have you been offered another position which is a bit more adventurous? Because this is about taking your energy, your power, in the red of the cloak. And he's the person that you would go down, one of these other ones with. It's adventure. This is news or information, or let's say an email or a phone call. It's almost like a job offer. So has somebody made you a job offer to do something a little bit different? And the Hermit, you can't consult anybody on this. You have to go within. So this is what the whole thing about Danburite and the Pearl thing. The Pearl will go with, it all happens within. And I think what's happening is I won't go into too much detail, but you're waiting for your ships to come in. It's almost like you're waiting, or you have been waiting to hear about this. Because look at this, she's waiting for the right wave to get off, you know. But inside this lamp is the Star of Aquarius, which I'll come on to. But there's a lot more Aquarius coming out into the future here. And we are in Age of Aquarius now, but this is something you can't go with. You can't find the answers outside of you. It comes from within. Because here we go. It's your intuition. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Well, the Hermit is not a gambler because he's done the work. And here you are with the High Priestess and the Magician, who's got all the tools he needs. She gets the feeling in her waters, as it were, and he does the contemplation. So it's not gambling at all. I don't know if somebody's called you a gambler. Oh, you'd be throwing it all away. You'd be gambling all that education, all that work, everything. No, you're not. You're just taking those skills to another thing. which if you read the King of Scrolls, it comes out in there about maybe a career change. Now what's been going on here? Vampire. Whichever you find applicable, it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So somebody might have been depleting you for their psychic survival, chronic complaining and codependency. So if somebody has been sucking your life force, that's why I think you're doing soul searching about moving on. I mean, this is fire, you know, moving to something a bit more exciting. Or it's just maybe it's somebody at work who's stolen your work or plagiarized you or something like that. Or there's just somebody you can't get on with, you can't get past them or what have you. Right, so, oops. Oh, can I just say, yes, we've got a whole load of birds there, okay? Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. And here we go, we've got a woodpecker. It says here, free your inner fire. Yeah. Again, it's all about let yourself go from the expected path. Excuse me. Oh, where's the book? Blither. I've got a bad habit of putting things down, popping. Oh, yeah, popping things down. Oh, I know where that is. Where's it gone? Oh, lummy. There it is. Who's he called? The pileated woodpecker. That's a blurb. I'll read it quickly. So, woodpeckers drums with abandon. He'll tap on trees, gutters and garbage cans. His noise is a gift from the gods of storms and thunder. See, look, lightning. I'm going to have to go and get a tissue to blow my nose. Excuse me a second. I can't not see. Oh, that's better. So, his noise, a gift from the gods of storms and thunder. Can you give yourself over to this type of passion? Can you dance the primal rhythm that calls the rain? Our critical minds often get in the way of our creativity and joy. A big part of your brain's job is to keep you safe, and giving into passion can be dangerous. Gambling. Yeah. But Woodpecker has a secret. He wraps his very long tongue around his brain to protect it from his concussive rhythm. Woodpecker is calling you to get in sync, to move and dance and drum. How can you free your inner fire? Okay. See, all this, it's coming again and again and again about lightning and free yourself, and the sun comes out, and falling in love with the process again, and Dan Barite, and looking to move on, you know, adventure. Let's just tidy up a little bit. Live like a slut. Now, what's fascinating here is all of a sudden you get all these swords. You get a bird sign, bird, air. You've got something coming down from the heavens, you know. Now that is, it's either, well, that's Aquarius. In different decks, you've got the 5 and the 6 of swords. They're both for Aquarius. That is somebody, either somebody's stealing from you, or they're being a bit sketchy with you. As I said, it might be somebody stealing your work, or stealing your thunder, or stealing your light, or stealing your energy. But I mean, look at what we've got here. We've got a vampire. So somebody's draining you, really draining, or not letting you sparkle, not letting you be your pearl. Yeah. You know what came with that? Was they might have their sticky beak in your business a bit too much. Okay. Now the other way of looking at these two cards is, if you're going to up and off, look at the red is the colour of power in your mind and in your feet. It's move in silence, keep your plans to yourself, and just move with your feet. Yeah. So if you can only tell people your ideas or your plans on a need-to-know basis, it's time to be a bit secretive. Okay. Not sneaky, secretive, protecting yourself. Okay. And that's it. Do your homework first. But can you see how many birds are up here? So that's almost, do your homework, cast a wide net, and then filter it down to doing some action, because this is all about plans, head over heart stuff. And as a Cancerian, you're very much heart over head. So it's time to tap into. This is the one point where actually the swords actually are important. The overthinking that you're doing here is going to come into the future. Now, again, big bird up here, Knight of Swords. You can do this quite quickly, because you're the magician. You've got all this at your disposal, and that is going from choppy waters to calmer waters, which is getting out of the clutches of whatever this blood. It doesn't have to be a person. It might be a job or a relationship. Okay, so it's swords, 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 swords. So just to explain that, so you've had the larger picture. You've got the crystal. You've got the colour. You've got you within the environment. You've got your aims, what you've got to sort out to achieve those aims. This is the energy that's going out, hopefully that, and this is what's coming in. Okay, so that forms like the cross. I'm just going to shifty all these over here, so I can bring these other ones in a bit more easily. Now, I wasn't surprised to see this. This is your strength, trusting your intuition. So intuition's like a muscle. You've got to exercise it. Think about it like a baseball. Take it out of here. Bong, bong, bong. Shoot hoops with it. Go with your intuition. Because people can lie to our eyes. They can set a scene to mislead us. And people can pour treacle in our ears. They can lie to our eye. So we see what we're supposed to see and hear what we're supposed to hear. Nobody can mess about with your intuition. And you've got the hermit, you've got the magician, and you've got this. This is about feeling your way. Not seeing your way or hearing your way, but feeling your way forwards. Okay. What happened was two crystals fell out at the beginning, and this one was underneath, so that was the primary one, the Danbarite. Now this is chrysocolla, and it's cheap as chips. See, there are two crystals for different jobs here. So this is about tapping into your intuition. And I'll show you I hope you can see that. It tells me to see the phone. Okay. I'll just read it out. Chrysocolla forms near copper ore deposits, hence its wavy blue-green swirls left behind by the oxidized metal. Like other materials associated with copper, think telephone wires, chrysocolla opens up channels of clear communication. Well, that's you with yourself. And the Two of Cups, two parts of you coming together. Who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 24/7 fear side propagated by the politico-media complex. Those who can never find the right words. Where to put it, hold it to your high heart and breathe. When to use it. When you feel small and vulnerable and are looking for someone to parent you. But then you remember that you are a grown up. But it's cool because you totally got this. And it says it, be your own mama. Okay. So this is about being kind to yourself and dialing down your inner critic. And if you think about copper, what does it do? Well, it takes electricity, doesn't it? So these two tie up beautifully. So this is about sort of getting the spark going, and this is about, so if you get, even if you just go to a little crystal shop and just get they're about £2-3 each, just to pop in your pocket or handbag or purse or whatever. But if you're going to get anything, just get those two crystals, because they could be very, very. So one is really for purity. When you look at those two together, they're beautiful together. That's almost about your cleansing. And you see, if you're working with people can leave their energy on you. So if you use that to cleanse your energy, to cleanse, and call your power back, and give other people their energy back. So call your energy and your power back, and give other people theirs back. Okay. But then when you want to really go motoring with your own energy, look at me, even the colours match. Beautiful. The copper and, again, sorry. The Magician and copper and lightning and the High Priestess. That's such a beautiful link. Okay. There goes that. Okay. There goes that. So this is your strength, your intuition. But to achieve your aims, you're going to be doubting your intuition. So the thing to do is strengthen your intuition, give it a workout. Now what was beautiful here is, as a clarifier here, out came the Empress, which is your secret superpower, which I'll do a separate video on. But I want to show this here now. You see, the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups is those. Happy birthday, by the way. So I should have said that before. So you are the Two of Cups within those days. Now, so you're the Queen of Cups at the bottom. So those are your two minor arcanas. Okay. You're definitely Cancer, so you're definitely the Chariot. Now, your secondary, your planet is the Moon. So you might look into doing lunar cycles, which we've got a big full moon coming up on, I think it's the 21st of July. And the 22nd of July takes us into Leo season. So you've got an awful lot of Leo coming up. So the 21st of July, 22nd of July might be important to you. Let me just flip that off. So can you see here up here? So Venus is your second planet, which brings you the Empress. Now the Empress is all about fertility and giving birth to a new project. It's a fantastic card. But it's about... If you look at the law of attraction, the Empress, because she can't lean in and do any typing, she can't lean towards anything, because that would involve losing her Empress status and going down to one of the queens again. You get all four queens, but if you squish them all together, you get the Empress. You're the Empress of the Empire, not Queen of a land. So it's tapping into your inner Empress. If you want to do some homework on the law of attraction in your Empress energy, it's all about leaning back, like a pregnant woman would lean back slightly and attracting things, not about going to get them. So, which is why I suggested letting go of the reins a little bit here. Let things come to you. You don't have to go out chasing things. Because what's going on here is that she's going out, she's scouting for it, she's actively looking for something. Fire. It's like, let that go a little bit. Pull back, get into your water energies. Yeah? Because both of those are very much water energies. And then what came up? Yeah. Well, a few fell out here. Look, I'm not going to go into the meaning of the cards, but look, the owl came out. What have we got here? We've got a tree for birds. Look at all those birds in the tree. Yeah. Yeah. That was the Nine of Swords, which is the same as this one here, all the headaches. And the Magician popped out again. You already had that. And we got the Star came out, follow your own dreams. And we got the Lovers came. So this is the card for Aquarius. This is the card for Gemini. 2 air signs. The card for Libra is the Scales of Justice, which is the 1 air sign that didn't come out. Okay, so Justice didn't come out. Libra didn't come out. The Balance didn't come out. It's asking you to be in balance now, and tap into your air signs. And this is the other spiritual card is the Hierophant, and these birds or air tapping into your air signs will bring you the key. I mean, look at all these birds coming through. And again, this is the card for holding. You can see she's got the sort of shopping bags. It's beautifully done. It looks like a sort of dandelion clock thing, you know. She again, but like the Chariot, she's trying to hold it all together. But the wind's going to come anyway, so just if it blows it up a bit. Nothing is always in balance like that. It's like a relationship. It's never 50-50. It's like 45-55 or 60-40. But then it balances again. It rights itself. But nothing trundles across like this Chariot. The Chariot and its wheels are always going through like that, aren't they? Very steady. Because the wheels have to go on the ground. So this is encouraging you to let things blow up a little bit. Go with the air. Let the air take it. Yeah, be free. Again, you know, trust the wind. So that's your strength. Let's put this over here. Now, your challenge is it's a card for Libra. It's a bit of you can see she's blindfolded. She's all tooled up and ready to go, but she's blindfolded. This is like trust. She looks a bit like the High Priestess. It's that you don't have to know all the facts before you set out. Okay. And you've got the Moose. With self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Okay. Now what's happening here is because the moon is not, let's say, the blindfold will, when it gets to full moon, you get more illumination. The blindfold will drop off and she'll be on her way. This is a temporary. It's like having your wheels spinning or being in dry dock for a bit, or a red traffic light. So as the moon waxes and fills up, this is where your information comes in, which is that Page of Swords about use this time to do your information gathering, because the next full moon, July the 21st, Leo season, is when you can get on with this. But your challenge at the moment is to sort of wait. And this is saying patience. So you've got another couple of weeks on something, possibly. Now, I'm going to come on to those because this is where I split it off different ways a little bit. But what you're considering, now you've had this card in your aims, security, stability, 4 of Wands. And all these cards fell out together. It was very strange. Excuse me. So you're questioning, well, if I go down one of these other little paths in the forest. Oops, sorry. Close. I'm just going to plug it in for low battery. Bane of my life, low battery, I tell you. I'll just stick that on there then. Oops. How am I going to do that? I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn this around and hold it like that. So what you had here, sorry about the mic, I had dented the desk. Where's it gone? Anyway, so you're questioning here. Where's if I go off the well-trodden path, where's my stability going to come from? Again, the very first card out, Magician. Don't forget you've got everything you need. Never forget that. So even if you're questioning where the stability is going to come from, I'll find it because I've got it. Yeah, put it in the mix. Oh, this was the one because you've got magic. You've done the work. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. I mean, look at that. Oh, look what I can do. And she's not showing off to anybody. She's happy. She knows what she can do. This is a real confidence card. It's a card for Aries, which is about moving on and doing something new. It's the beginning of the zodiac. So it's almost like a new start in something. And here you've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace is a new beginning. That you can actually, something you feel. It's not that just, it's being a human feeling, rather than a human doing. It's a human feeling. And this is your challenge, because what you're worried about, what I asked for here, was a card that could give you support, or the one that could help you. Virgo, I analyse, which maybe you've been doing some overthinking. And I said, what could be standing in your way? Oh, Virgo. So you got Virgo. Okay. Well, we know Virgos are very good at housework and about organising things. Maybe find out which planets you've got in Virgo. It's an earth sign. But all these other cards are urging you to not be on. When you come out of the water as a Cancerian, don't stay on the earth, go up in the air. All these other cards are saying, get up in the air. This is an air sign, Libra. And funny enough, the two cards that came out, the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, which are both for Virgo. So if you're worried about money, don't be. It will come. The King of Pentacles is the highest of the court cards in, tangibles. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles, the highest of the 1 to the 10. So you're worrying about money too much. And you got Virgo. Virgo. So you're worried, very worried about money, it seems. Where it's going to come from, because this is the challenge position. So you feel challenged financially, and that would be the thing that would stop you following your passion. Okay. So what we got here. What you need to know that you don't know, or what's going to come as a bit of a surprise, is you're going to feel whatever you do, you're going to invest your heart into it. This is a new a new emotional start. So whatever it is, I don't think you're going to stay doing the same thing. You're going to continue in the same way, but you're going to be doing it in a different way. A way like this, the Knight of Cups, something that you can feel a bit better about, or you will be taking a completely different path. But this is a God-given new emotional, it's like emotional release. Now, what happened here? I'll come on to that one. This is about focusing on what you've got rather than what you're losing. To focus on what you've still got. Don't feel as though it's like doom and gloom. Don't look at everything going down the plug hole. You've still got stuff here that isn't going down the plug hole. So don't get caught in the eternal doom feeling. Okay. Focus on what you've got. Again, it's a water sign. It's cups. So you've got cups and cups. This is what might surprise you. Now, this lady, Queen of Pentacles, because your value and your worth, you earlier on we had this self-confidence. It's not a slight crisis, but you're thinking, do I know enough? Have I done enough? Can I make the jump yet? Well, you got the card for Frog. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's Capricorn. So it's very much work-based. So it's about feeling appreciated and valued and your status in the workplace. Are you being appreciated? I'm thinking not, because you got that vampire, that energy vampire, and who's frustrating you. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do this, but a frog can cope with almost boiling water. Not from cold water to boiling water, that would kill it, because it's a change in temperature. But if you put a frog in a pan of water and you heat it up, along the way, they can adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt as things get hotter. And so you can, once you're in there, you can adapt. It's all about being adaptable. You can't go from from cold to boiling. Too much of a shock. But when you're in there, you can cope with the changes. So I hate the expression, but you've got to be in it to win it. So this is about, about letting go, about putting yourself in there to see how things warm up or cool down or whatever, because you can cope with it. Because you are worthwhile. You've earned. And this is almost like other people valuing you more possibly than you do yourself. Other people have got more confidence in you than you're actually giving yourself credit for at the moment. Now, in the last position here, and I'm going to put it all in the backdrop of this lovely, I'm going to put a link for this in the community tab, that lovely blackbird. And unfortunately, I lost the book, and I've got the link, and I'll put it on. But this is all about letting go. Letting go. Look at that, look at determination, isn't he? He's going to go any second and go off and do what he wants to do. But again, the moon. That's your planet. And funny enough, look at that. It's almost the same. Look at that. It's almost the same size as that. There's something about lunar cycles for you. Maybe this next full moon. We have. Oh, look at crikey! Look at that as well. Look at those two moons there. And I'm being rather remiss by not doing this one. Where are we? Let's get all your moons. Look. Moon, 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 moons, moon. There's something about a lunar cycle for you. Big, yeah. Oh, the next full moon. It's a blue moon in the moon will be in the sign of Capricorn, but the sun will be in the sign of Cancer. Is it Capricorn? Check it out, because you've got to check both the sun and this was, where was it? No, where's she going? And this is the card for Capricorn. It's first deck in Capricorn, so it's about work. Definitely about work. Something will happen, a decision or something. 20, 21, 22 July. And you'll be using your intuition, and it's very much about you. Okay, but it's encouraging you to take it off the road, off the earth, take it up in the air. Okay, we've done the frog. Now, this is how you come out of the cycle. This is the Lover's card, but again like that. It's about making. It's not so much about lovers. It's about making a decision. I won't bother explaining that, but it's about making a decision, making a choice. Okay, I better cover her up. Well, the air signs get their bits out. Instead of following all these other stars here, you want to follow your own star, because what happens is, out of the other deck, let's do that, came the Tower. Because it's like a universal force is going to bring something down and make something unavailable to you, because it's not on firm foundations. And so what happens, you see, this is card number 16. This is card number 17. So this is a natural progression to say, this is the reset, and it's it's washing. Imagine when a tower comes down, all the smoke and smut and grime that's in the air. This is about washing off and having a reset after the slight surprise of something being taken away from you, or an opportunity being taken away from you. I love that squirrel, don't you? Oh my god, where's my nuts? And after that, you might be feeling a bit like, oh, okay, right. To that then. But you are the Two of Cups. Now you've had the Three of Cups. And then here you got 1, 2, 3. This is the Four of Cups. So you've got all 3 Cancer cards out here. And you'd be like, oh, I'm going to go. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me, thinks I'll go and eat worms. It's like, oh, God. Are we there? It's like, oh, okay. I don't want it anyway. but it's being handed to you right here. It's just you need to just change your focus on something. Look at something from a different way, which is what this whole thing is about. It's a really good opportunity. It's going, come on, take it, please take it. And you're like, no, I've been trained to do that. I'm not going to. So it's about being slightly stubborn about something. But what will happen, it'll lift your finances. Again, you got. I mean, look at both those cards. You're being given a new financial opportunity somewhere. Okay, and look at that. It's about intuition, like your third eye, the High Priestess and the Magician and the Hierophant and the Hermit. It's all about doing so meditation. If you do it, or if you don't, maybe try it. This is the Ace of Wands. So you've got two aces here, inspiration and that flame. That yeah. Will pay off. Now this is the last, so this is how it could all, jeweled web connectivity. It's a lovely card. And I won't read it out. I'll let you just read that yourself. So that's how it's likely to come out there. Now, you've got the world here. This is a demon. It's not saying anyone's connected with demons, infested with demons, but for you to come out of this cycle, and it looks like you've got some decisions to make about heart or head, this is the demon who's stopping you getting success. And the world card is the last of the major arcana. So this is doubly what's stopping you closing down a cycle. It's the last card here, but this is the last card in the major arcana. So if you look up this card, blackwitchcoven.com or eclecticwitchcraft.com, I wouldn't bother with YouTube. Now, demons, I don't like promoting them very much, but demons, they don't present as sort of like, grisly things like that. They come through human beings and their behaviour or their attitude or trying to trip you up. Because this is the demon that's trying, if you imagine a scratched record, this is trying to keep you on the scratch side of the record and not let you get over the scratch and see how the record finishes or get on to the next track. So if you learn the tricks and how they try and trip you up and keep you scratched on the scratch side of the record, using any of these animals, if you do some homework on these animals, try and find out or get some inspiration. How do these animals, like the frog, how does it evade, or the woodpecker, how does it protect itself? How does it move on? How does it progress? How does it procreate? How does it bring abundance to its life? How does it cope with adversity, and that will help you. So it's almost like this is a bouncer and you've got to get past the bouncer. So look up, and if you notice somebody who is displaying the characteristics of that demon, stay away from them until you've made these changes. And instead of announcing your plans and working towards them, announce your plans because you've achieved them and you're looking back at them and you've already got over the scratch in the record. Otherwise this demon or the characteristics of this will try and trip you up. So this is the hurdle you've got to get over, or the doorway you've got to get through to move on. I hope that's been okay. It's been a beautiful reading. So I'm going to close down any energy space here, so there's no threat to anything. And thank you very much. Obviously, I have not encroached or impinged on anybody's energy. I've just got next to it and taken what Spirit was prepared to give me. Thank you very much. Take good care.